If your foundation looks perfect when you first apply it, but then 20 minutes later it looks darker, warmer, or even more kind of orange, that is oxidation. It's honestly one of the most frustrating makeup problems ever, especially when everyone is claiming for a specific foundation to be so good, but then you try it on and it oxidizes. That happened to me with the old Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I had to just pull it out because the names are always so long. Now they've reformulated it and my color is amazing on me, but back when they had the old one, that used to oxidize on me. So I was really annoyed because everyone was talking about how great the foundation was, but I couldn't wear it because it would just oxidize on me. And that isn't the case for everyone, by the way. And sometimes that can actually not be the foundation. It could also be the mix of everything, like your skincare mixed with the foundation, the concealer. It could be a mix of everything. I tried the previous Charlotte Tilbury foundation on all sorts of different like skin preps and it still oxidized on me. And I heard from a lot of people that it was oxidizing on them. So I think that was a foundation issue. But it is a lot to do with how the product reacts on your skin. So today I'm going to explain exactly why foundation oxidizes. So firstly, you can understand why it happens because that's the best way to understand how you can avoid it too. And then we are going to go into how to stop it from happening and everything else you want to know. If you like really educational stuff like this, then please do hit the like button, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss my next video. Let's talk about what foundation oxidizing actually means. Oxidizing basically means when your foundation changes color, when it's exposed to air and like oil on your skin. What usually happens here when it oxidizes is it gets darker, or it could get warmer slightly, or it can turn quite orange on your skin. If you've ever matched a foundation perfectly in store and then you go away and you put it on and then 20 minutes later it's like you look at it and you're like, why is this, you know, this matched perfectly 20 minutes ago, why is it now like darker, or why does it look like I've got a really bad fake tan? That's it oxidizing on your skin. It could be that your skin is breaking it down. If your skin is more oily, especially down the center of your face, it can react a bit quicker and that's when it starts to turn into a different color throughout the day. It could mean that your skincare underneath is too heavy, like if there's a lot of moisturizer and SPF, oil or rich products that you're using, like a lot, like some people put so many layers on, especially like a lot of Korean skincare and stuff, then that can interact with the foundation and it can change the color and the finish of the foundation. And then obviously it can just be the product itself. So like if you were to just fix the first two reasons that I explained, that could actually be the solution for you, right? And then it will be fine on you. But it could be that the actual foundation is the problem. Like the formula itself is very prone to oxidizing. And then that means that you can't use that foundation, such as that's the issue that happened with me when I used the previous Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Sometimes it may not be any of those, and it could be that your undertone that you've picked is actually the wrong one. So technically the foundation doesn't necessarily oxidize that much. Maybe it was like a little bit warmer for you and you were okay with that, but because it was that little bit warmer than you, then later on it becomes warmer, if that makes sense. So it could be that once it's settled and it's dried, because sometimes foundations change color a little bit once they're dry, that could be what ends up making it look a little bit different to you, and that could be the issue that you're dealing with. Now, I go into a lot of this kind of stuff over on thebeautybreakfastclub.com. Head on over, type it in, thebeautybreakfastclub.com. You're gonna love it because it has everything on there, like beauty, style, wellness, mindset, a bit of everything. There's even an over 40 section on there, which you're gonna love. Loads of articles there. I write everything myself. There's a new newsletter every other day. If you go for the free version, that gives you access to one free newsletter every 5 to 8 days. But if you actually go for the paid version, it's going to cost you the same as getting yourself one coffee a month. That's it. But you get way more than a coffee because you unlock the entire site. And you also get to join the group chat on the platform with like-minded people. You can ask me questions directly and I will answer them. I'm on there every week and I answer questions. And it's just a bunch of people who all love the same thing, and you're going to love it. Like everyone's helping each other out. Everyone's asking questions. Everyone's sending pictures of their new makeup themselves. Like everyone just really hypes each other up. So if you want to be part of a community which is growing rapidly, there's some really exciting stuff coming at like your way over on that site, then please do join it. You're going to love it. So let's talk about the first thing that you want to do. You want to stop shade matching so quickly, because sometimes people really rush that part, and it's a shame because that can actually be the make or break of a foundation for you. A lot of people will end up kind of like applying it in store and seeing that, okay, this is a perfect match, and then buy it, go home, use it. 20 minutes later, that's when it starts to change. So ideally, what I would recommend is to swatch it and just put a little bit of it somewhere which isn't so obvious. obvious, like, you know, like you're not worried about people seeing it, apply it on like, say, your jawline area, and then let it sit there. So like leave, just put a little bit here, something that no one's going to really notice that close up, and then go away and let it sit there at least for 10 minutes. Have a look in natural light and see if it's changed color. That way you're avoiding wasting your money on a foundation that probably isn't going to, like, it's never going to be used again. I would never judge a foundation immediately after applying it, because I would say with any foundation, even if you don't have a problem with like foundations oxidizing, I just feel like it's really important to let it dry down first, because everything looks a little bit more different from wet to dry. If your foundation that you've tried does oxidize, but you really want it, I would actually go for a slightly lighter shade, because by the time it oxidizes, it might be the right shade for you. So it really depends on your skin tone. Based on your skin tone, you could get away with this. This trick could actually work for you, but it may not work for everyone's skin tone. So if you're a little bit more paler, then it may not necessarily work for you. But I feel like if you're more on the warmer side, then, and it goes orange on you or warmer on you, then you could get away with getting a slightly lighter shade. So by the time it does oxidize, it's that perfect match. But again, that's only going to work on some people. Right, next I want you to check your undertone, not just the depth, because a lot of people think that oxidizing foundation just goes darker. Sometimes it's a case that it's not necessarily darker, it's too warm. Like for example, if your skin tone is neutral, cool, or olive undertone, then you're going to really notice that kind of oxidizing foundation even more, because it's going warmer and it's a completely different kind of undertone to your skin tone, to your natural undertone. So if that happens to you, I would say then it is even more important for you to really look at the undertone that you're choosing. So make sure you are really focusing on that, because a lot of people feel like they don't need to look at undertones or anything. They just go and check it to see if it matches. And if it matches, it's great. But then you might go away and then it oxidizes. So what I'm saying is, if you don't usually look at undertones and your foundation oxidizes on you, I'm saying you should look at your undertones when it comes to picking out the right foundation for you. Make sure it is the right undertone for your skin tone, so that, you know, if it's oxidizing, it's not automatically going orange. Next, don't overdo your skin prep. Now, I know I always go on about hydration, it is so important, but don't overdo it, because when you're dealing with oxidizing foundation, you don't want so much, like you don't want heavy layers underneath. It's such a common reason for makeup oxidizing and separating on the skin. For example, if you apply a face oil and then you, like as a serum, and then you've got your rich moisturizer, and then you've got your SPF, and then you've got your foundation, you are literally asking your foundation to fight for its life. That extra slip that you've got there is basically just moving everything around, separating, and it's going to cause your foundation to react differently, basically. Instead, what you want to do is make sure that your skincare is balanced. So you want to make sure your skin is hydrated, it's comfortable, it's smooth, but not slippery and greasy. If you really want that hydration underneath, but you don't want to have to like change anything about your skincare, but you know it's quite rich and you need that because you've got dry skin, then I would suggest applying all of your skincare, using a tissue to blot first, then applying a light dusting of loose powder to just almost lock that in, and then go in with your foundation. This next thing is primer, and that's why I didn't mention that on the previous thing, because some people don't use it, but I personally would. I know a lot of people say they don't use primer because they don't feel like they need it. But this primer isn't always just because it's there to solve a problem before you apply your foundation. I believe it's there as a barrier as well. It separates your skincare from your makeup. There's something there that is just keeping those two things from mixing together. And I think that's really important generally in day-to-day anyway. When it comes to foundation oxidizing, I feel like that is even more important, because what you're doing is you're stopping your skincare from causing a problem for your foundation. So if you have that primer in the middle, you've basically got something that's separating the two of them and ensuring that nothing disturbs how your foundation sets and looks, and how, like, whether it oxidizes or not. Okay, so the next piece of advice I'm going to give you is not to add so many layers, like not thick layers basically. So you want to add very thin layers. The more product you pile on, the more you're going to get oxidation. This goes for skincare and it also goes for makeup as well. So we've talked about the skincare, you know how you want to apply that and you know the correct way to do it. But when it comes to makeup, you don't want to apply like very heavy layers, because even if you're working on top of your foundation, that can disturb the way your foundation reacts too. So it isn't just the skincare that makes a difference, it's everything that you apply on top of your foundation that also makes a difference. So bear that in mind, because then it can end up looking a little bit patchy too. So thin layers of everything. Do you remember me saying to you that oily areas can make your foundation react differently, and that can cause oxidation. There's a way to kind of avoid that. So if you can't help the fact that you have certain oily areas, then what you want to do is make sure that you set those areas first, right? So make sure that you set them first properly so that they don't react so badly with your foundation. That can be underneath or on top. And what I mean by underneath is applying a dusting of powder, like I mentioned earlier, underneath your foundation before you apply it. That's going to help that oil almost to separate it from your foundation a little bit, but also on top so that, you know, you're stopping it from kind of looking too shiny as well. You're kind of like really focusing on those oily areas to ensure that it doesn't let your foundation react. Okay, so what do you do if your foundation is already oxidized and you've already got it, you can't return it, and you need to figure out how to use it because you don't want to waste your money? Well, what you could do is mix it with a little bit of a lighter foundation. So hopefully you have a slightly lighter foundation, or you could mix it with a slightly lighter like skin tint or concealer, something which is slightly lighter, so that by the time it does oxidize slightly, it's not as warm and orange and darker. Or use a brightening primer underneath, because that could also help it too. You're kind of trying to counteract the issue. What you want to do is kind of avoid anything extra that is too orange or too warm. So even bronzer and stuff, if you usually wear that, tone it down a bit, because that's just going to help everything to look a bit warmer. So if you already have a foundation which is oxidizing, figure out how you can mix it with another color to kind of alter it. You're just fixing the color so you know that it's not going to become so orange later on. So there's always a way to figure that out. So let me know how you get on with foundation oxidizing. I really hope that you don't have to struggle with this issue, but I really just wanted to do a quick video explaining what it is and how to avoid it, and just so that you have a better understanding as to why it happens and how you can fix the issue. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been informative. Please do hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell button, because it will mean the world to me, and I will see you on the next video.